Ultimately, Bitcoin just pushed the price a bit higher. We talked about this scenario for a few days and we saw this. Last 2 weeks, our thought process was aligned very well to see how high we managed to push. Can we break this resistance and flip bullish? Because if not, you know what it means. We followed it up even in last week, and we kind of get to see that $90,000 mark is going to be a resistance. Now, watch the price, it came to 89, very close. And now, the short term chart, as you can see, it's showing you this. Last time, the same happened. You know how it corrected. Now, what's more important is about the exposure in altcoins. If you're exposed in the alt market, you're watching this. The Bitcoin dominance. Is the momentum shifting to the downside here? If so, that's good. Now you'll have to do this on a daily, on a 3-day, on multiple time frames so you know what's happening. Right now, what's in front of you? The Bitcoin dominance arguing the number of candles to the downside versus the upside, it's shifting. The momentum side of that is shifting. So the argument here fits in well. Now the question, however, is how does it fit with XRP? How does it fit with the payment assets compared to smart contracts, say Ether? How does it compare to meme coins, say Doge? Like, you're literally watching the macro horizon to make sure you make the right decision at that micro level, because when you come down here, that's not a macro thing. The decision making you're making based on the macro is micro, because you're taking that decision during that volatility. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Some of these assets are starting to push back higher. Some of them, we picked up in the one-on-one session. Some of them allocated into few portfolios. They are doing extremely well. But yeah, it depends on the risk profile. If you think your risk is low, now you cannot opt into those kind of moves because it's for highly risky individuals. Now, when you're here in the market and you're looking through the volume, the price, all these fluctuations, you need to make sure you look at things correctly. Because say you can pick random asset and then still end up in trouble. Because the market is always like that. When you're involved in the market, you're looking at the market from one way to another, from one page to another. You're literally running around to see where the momentum is coming into. Say you look at this, the volume side is attractive. The volume is slowly increasing in these, whether it's high, whether it's power. I'm like, okay, what really is happening? If you want to get an understanding of that, you basically go in there, right? You basically go in there. Power ledger, right? Let me see. Yeah, power ledger, Binance. That's okay. Now, watch what's happening there. It's just 2.5% up for the day. And there's a 3-day chart. So when you are looking at this, the question is, am I buying this thing, if you are buying, at the top, or am I buying this at the bottom? So this is a trend line, which happens to be a trend line in this asset, which started from November 2022. Okay, that was the base before we started the bull run. So think about this. This asset back then ran like this, yeah? And then it topped out here. It literally came back down to this point. I mean, it was smoked for like last 1 year. It didn't participate in the bull market. Fine. Now, it reached back that trend line. So this is where I believe the decision-making skill is important. You need to look through a lot of different assets to find something like this. Maybe this is the right one. Maybe I'm completely off. But watch. When you get to see a breakout, you kind of see, okay, the downtrend is over. We're going into an accumulation region. Maybe it's a little bit longer. Yeah. And then you go. Now, how high? When? Yeah. How long is the waiting period? That is the trouble. But when you do go add on some indicators like RSI, it starts to make some sense. Say, put it on a weekly, it's a little bit easier for you. The price action shows you. Put it on a line chart, it's even clear. The price action argues I came down. Yeah. The RSI says, no, 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 watch this. I'm not doing that. Okay, cool. Now, where the hell is your resistance? So even if you are a conservative guy, not longing this for ultra long, you're looking for something like this. Yeah. Now, what's the time taken and the ROI? So last time you made a bottom. Now you had a double bottom a couple of times. So that can be a possibility. You did a decent move like 3x. The next time you did a 1.4x. Now what's the possibility in here? 90%. It's not bad, it's decent. Now what's the time taken for such a ride to complete? That was 120 days, 130 days. Now the next one in here, 110 days, say 20 days. So it's going to take another 2 months, 3 months to do something like this if it's not gathering momentum and going parabolic. So micro moves to macro moves, you need to understand what you are aligning to. If you're compounding your gains, which you already made in XRP, XLM, and other assets like HBAR, wherever you weigh. Now you're not looking for, bombardment type of asset. You're looking for understandable notes from the market to say, okay, this is happening. Most likely, I may get this possibility. Fine, you're there. Now, this is why I was talking about this guy, right? Doge. It's a large cap meme coin, but large cap. And it's showing you I'm at a support. So whether it stays a choppy move here for a few weeks, it doesn't matter. It's at a long-term support region, which is a good sign. And then the hidden bullish divergence again, which is what the market should be watching. So you have this low and this low. Now you watch that the price action came down on the RSI part, but price did not drop. So hidden bullish divergence. Now pick up XRP. I mean, most of us are arguing about this asset going parabolic. The next $50, the next $30. XRP is designed for $1,000. Yeah. I agree. But the question is, it doesn't really matter whether I believe it, you believe it, or someone hyping it up believe it. The market needs to agree on that. Now, the market means not the retail, the smart money who has the big pot of money, who's handling that giant pot. This one mother candle, if you're not invalidating that, even in next couple of candles, it's very bad. I mean, it's seriously bad. That's the retracement science we've been talking about for a long period of time. We saw that on a weekly, monthly, daily, and it almost all the time played off as a continuation pattern. So you know what that means. Your momentum is now to this direction. Continuation means what? You drop, you push back up, attract more people, slaughter them. Yeah, this is what the market does. Now, when is that slaughter movement coming? I really don't know. But I want you to be prepared. Whenever there is a micro rally, just don't say this is the hyper bullish scenario. They always understand what the market is doing and try to place the real idea. Say, if you add in some volume, I will actually say having volume is actually good. Because if you don't understand the price, just look at the volume. Decent buying power came in, but that failed to push the price up on a daily. Not good. A little bit of selling volume came in, it pushed a little bit. So the market is representing volume to price is consistent. The price is below the moving average on a 3-day. It's trying to go back up, but it's not yet doing that. Now, each time you watch the MACD trying to cross back to the upside on a 3-day, on a weekly, you have something. Yeah, the weekly is saying I crossed to the downside, the 3-day is saying I'm trying to cross to the upside. Who are you going to believe? Yeah, that's the macro versus the micro. This is exactly what I'm talking about. If the micro aligns with the macro, don't fight with it. It is going to be bad. So have your dry powder steady. Some of these assets does not have a 3-day bullish divergence. If XRP does something like this, yeah, and make a bullish divergence, I'm happy. But if it does not make it, that is not a good time or strategy to re-enter. There are multiple assets like this where you're watching this. Okay, I want to get a bullish divergence. How would you get a bullish divergence? This is the hard part. Like everyone says, I want to go to heaven, but no one wants to die, right? Same. You will see a bounce and then you'll see a boom, panic. that should be where you get to see the bullish divergence. So for that, you need to see this. There should be a flush. If not, it will be a higher low, double bottom, some other pattern, a breakout, whatever. But we'll follow through and update you like, okay, this is exactly what's happening in the market. If you want to abide by it, you abide by these rules. So if you're in the SR family, you already know whatever we are posting like this. Stay disciplined. Don't go through tons of charts. Make sure the real ideas are conveyed at the right time. Be a part of this 1,600 members. So if you received value, smash that like button for me. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.